What's up, everyone? Welcome to the High Passion Podcast Christmas Special. I'm your host, Daniel K., and we're here with a special guest and friend of the podcast, Envee from Envee Productionz.
What's going on, guys? First and foremost, thank you, High Passion, for having me here. I'm happy to be here. Merry Christmas. Let's get it going.
Envee is the founder and senior engineer at Envee Productionz, and he's here to tell us what they do and talk about the connection between cannabis and the music industry. Let's get into it. First off, I want to say welcome to the Christmas special. Happy holidays, Merry Christmas, and welcome to the new studio. We finally got in here. And yeah, we're going to do the first episode with a great guest, Envee, one of my friends from a while. And thanks for coming out, brother.
Thank you, brother. Thanks for having me. I'm happy to be here.
Yeah, man. Let's get right into it and talk about what you do at Envee Productionz, man.
Yeah, so basically we're a recording studio. We've been around for a while now. It's close to 20 years that I've been doing this.
Yeah.
Long time.
Big time. Yeah. When did you start then? If it's been 20 years, sorry, how old are you now?
So I'm 33. I started when I was about 12 years old.
Wow. That's crazy, bro.
Yeah. It's been a while, man.
Yeah. At Envee Productionz, what's something that you guys do differently than, the other studios that are out there?
Well, I like to think that we are different in the sense that we're not a studio that you come to where you just record your music, get it done and leave. It's not like that. What we do is we try to go above and beyond. We try to really walk you through the process of recording, and really creating a good song in the sense of bringing it to life. You know what I mean? So step by step, whether it's writing it, we do songwriting as well. Just it's really thorough.
And more personal as well. It sounds
exactly.
Working the artists through it, not just basically pay me your fee and go. It's no, we want you to be kind of part of the team and do things right and promote the artist himself.
100%.
Yeah, that's huge, man. That's huge. You mentioned you started doing this when you were 12.
Yeah.
How did that start?
So I started off as an artist.
Okay.
When I was younger, I was really into making music, rapping, writing, all that stuff. And at the time, my father used to send me to recording studios to get stuff done and whatnot. At that time, there wasn't so many studios around. If you wanted to go to a recording studio, your option basically was $1 million big studio, so
there wasn't more affordable options, basically.
Essentially. Yeah.
So you're spending big bucks at a young age to go and record.
Yeah, exactly. And I don't come from a family of means by any means, so the way I saw it, even at that age, I kind of was observing what was happening in the studio, and it kind of just clicked. It made sense, it didn't look like rocket science. Guys just pushing buttons.
That's what it looks like. It's definitely what it looks like.
Exactly. So I said to myself, you know what? I'm going to try to figure out how to do this by myself, right? Put together some money. I threw a birthday party. Back then, it's you throw a birthday party, people bring you $20 or whatever as a gift.
Absolutely.
And I think I saved around $500 or $600, from that one birthday party. And then I bought my first piece of equipment. And then it was just sailing from there. I learned everything organically, by myself.
That was my next question. So you just started doing it, tinkering with the tools.
Yeah, pretty much. Also, I at that time there was no YouTube.
Oh, good point.
Yeah,
good point, bro. Because now there's we have all those options, and you can learn utilizing all those tools. Yeah,
that's why if you don't know how to do something, it's okay, how do I whatever on YouTube, and you got 100 videos. That pop up, right?
So what did you do?
I just trial and error, man.
Yeah.
Just this doesn't work. Okay, try this. And I just Didn't even read the manual.
Holy shit.
I just plugged and played, I guess. I just figured it out. I had all the time in the world, right?
Fair enough, man. Starting that young, it gave you that edge, you know? You got a heads up playing with those things. Also just having that inspiration to even think about doing that, you know what I mean? Being able to watch those people mixing and doing that and being like, "Oh, I could figure that out." You know, that takes a next level of
100%
of brain and passion for what you're doing, to be honest.
That's the number one thing that was the driving force of me being able to get to the point that I was in my knowledge and doing what I was doing was the driving force of passion, right? I was so passionate about it at that age. That's all I cared about. Like some people are, you know, into sports or whatever, 100%. Right? My lane was music. I loved it, and
you just went,
the passion, you know, drove me to where I am.
All in. Yeah. Bro, it's awesome because that's what we try to show off, and that's what we're about here, obviously. But like, that's really what makes people succeed, in my opinion, you know, because anybody can try to do something for money. Anybody can try to do something because they think it's cool. But like, if you don't actually enjoy what you're doing, it's hard to push past those low points. And 100%. When you can't figure something out and something's going wrong and now you have to fix it, like it's not easy.
Yeah, that's a good point that you make. When I started out, there was no money involved. Like I wasn't making money at that time from doing what I was doing. It was just strictly, like I said, passion, right? And ambition. I didn't even think that it would get to a point where I can make money off of it.
Fair.
It was just, you know, I love this, and
that's actually a cool.
I enjoyed doing it, right, for free.
Yeah, you know? And dude, the fact that passion could lead to something like this, like what you've created, it just shows to everyone out there, like, follow your passions, because, you know, fruits of your labor, bro. 20 years of you doing this, and now you're just, you know, killing it in the game, bro. Killing it.
Doing as best as I can. Yeah.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah. So other than being self-taught, did you do anything else?
No, like, well, when I started the studio it was in my parents' basement, by the way. I started recording myself.
Yeah.
And I started developing like a really good sound.
Okay.
You know,
as an artist.
Yeah, or no, just in general, like quality wise, like the mixing and all that, like the sound that I was achieving out of my parents' basement was astonishing. Like at that age, right? And when I was distributing, because at the time it wasn't online, right? It was all like CDs.
Fair.
Yeah, like you would press CDs when you, like, you know, release something, right?
It's crazy, bro. It's crazy to think of how times have changed.
Yeah, it's so different now. So I would be handing out mixtapes, whatever. Like I would do it everywhere, like community center or whatever, right? And there was a DJ. He was playing at the basketball court at the community center beside my parents' house.
Yeah.
And I gave him a copy of my mixtape, and he had played it at the time in the court or whatever. And he asked me, like, where did you record this? And I'm like, I did it in my basement or whatever. And he ended up coming and booking a session.
Basically being your first client.
Yeah, essentially he was my first client. Wow. And and I don't even think I charged him. It was just like, come vibe, you know what I mean? Yeah.
Well, again, that passion, you were just riding the passion. Yeah. You clicked with somebody that loved what you were doing.
100%, yeah. And then it just kind of like went from there. Yeah. I realized, I was like, shit, I can turn this into a business.
Yeah, bro. Well, especially if what you're producing and with that little like tools per se, you know, just in your parents' basement, you're producing high quality sound that people are noticing.
Yeah.
You can definitely do something
100%,
as you already have.
Yeah.
So from there, what happened next for Envee?
So from there, it pretty much like started to flourish. Like I was in my high school, I had artists that, you know, rapped and stuff like that. They started coming to my studio.
Yeah.
Then the word just kind of got out, you know, like I had all kinds of Toronto artists recording in my studio at that time. Like so many different names. I don't even want to start. But like a lot of people started coming, and then it kind of boomed from there. And then I got older at that time. Like I was in high school when this was happening, right? Like I would come back from high school, you know, do like sessions from like 5 to like 11. And I was making good money at that time. I was making like I don't know. I remember some nights where I'd make like $700, and I'd go upstairs to my mom like, "Look, I just made more money than you."
It's crazy
in a joking way,
obviously, but like it's crazy when that, you know, that you can show that, you know, it works.
Exactly.
So at what point did it get too much for your parents' basement?
From the beginning. You got all these goons coming into your parents' house.
Fair enough.
Smoking.
The Toronto hip hop community.
You know, I used to let people just smoke in my parents' basement because, you know, I don't know, like you got to let artists smoke, you know, in their session, right?
For sure.
It's a big factor in the music creation. I'm sure we'll touch on that eventually.
Absolutely. We're going to get into that for sure.
But so as I got older, I didn't like, I always wanted to, I knew that I wanted to pursue it fully as like a career. I always had that, like, I don't know how to explain it. Like it was plan B for a long time.
It's kind of a fear almost that it won't work.
In a way, because it's such a difficult industry, you know? Like
100%.
No matter what you're doing in the music business, it's difficult. So
I feel as entrepreneurs in general, you know, they say a lot of big entrepreneurs and serial entrepreneurs say that they didn't start succeeding until they basically abandoned their plan B. You know?
Exactly. And that's a good point. So I went through a period of time where maybe I might not do this. I don't know.
You're doing some other things?
And then I remember one night I was in my friend's basement. We were all getting high and whatever, and we started talking about what we're gonna do like after high school or whatever, and
talking about real life stuff.
You know, when
good
you get
stone conversations.
Yes,
sir.
Exactly. And one of my close boys, he said to me, he's like, "Dude, why wouldn't you just do the studio shit? You know, like just pursue it. You know?" And like it clicked something in my head, and I'm like, you know what? Like, like why the fuck wouldn't I? You know, like why wouldn't I just try that, right? And so I did. I tried to figure out how am I gonna fund this business enough where I can actually get my first space, and you know what I mean, and really build it,
make it a physical location now. You know,
exactly. So I got my DZ license. Driving trucks. I used to deliver ice. I used to clean porta potties.
So you're just grinding. Just grinding. Working with whatever you could.
100%. And living at my parents, I did 6 months of driving. Saved up about like 25K, and then I opened up the first location for Envee Productionz.
Wow. So you just grinded, you fully bootstrapped it.
Pretty much.
You know, you got your money together yourself, saved. That takes a lot. Takes a lot. One, saving in general is hard. But two, just being able to look at 10, 20 grand in your bank account and not be stupid with it.
100%. I like, so I knew too at that time that if I really wanted to take this business to where I want it to go, I can't be living in my parents' house. You know, like just for me personally, I couldn't. Like it was too much of a cushion. I didn't want the cushion.
Fair.
You know? I wanted like to be on my own and have that like
light the fire. Bro.
Light the fire. I don't got no one to rely on but myself in this business. You know.
Well, it doesn't allow you to slip.
No.
You know, like you said, you take away that cushion, and it's that drive comes out that I gotta make this money, and like you said, you don't come from, you know, a family of means.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I find personally that drive comes out even harder.
Yeah.
Because you've seen what can happen.
Yeah.
You know, if you let it die, you let that fire burn out.
Yeah.
Whew.
100%. For sure, man. It's a constant battle with yourself, right? Like my competitor is me. You know?
Yeah.
That's the way I look at it.
Absolutely.
So
You opened the first location.
Opened up the first location.
Where was that?
That was in Vaughan.
Okay.
I've always been relatively...
Yeah, I was going to say, so you always stayed in Vaughan there?
Yeah, pretty much always been in Vaughan. And it just so happens I got really lucky, and that location that I found, I walked upstairs, checked it out, went into the washroom, and there was a shower.
Okay.
And I thought to myself, why is there a shower in this industrial unit, you know? and then I went into, it was separated by 2 rooms. So there was one big room, then a little hallway which had the washroom, and then a whole nother room.
Yeah.
And then I walked into the other room, and I'm like, I could split this room. One side could be like a lounge area, and then the other side could be a bedroom. You know?
Oh, yeah. Why not?
So I literally lived in my first location.
Damn.
Yeah.
Talk about the grind, bro.
Yeah.
Talk about the grind.
And that was for 5 years. Like I lived there for 5 years while I was like building the business and all that. Yeah.
Bro, that's crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Because you're literally waking up and going.
Yeah.
You know, probably working till the dead of the night or early mornings.
Yeah.
And then just crashing out.
Yeah. Well, exactly. I was driving trucks at that time too, right? So I would like get up at like 5 a.m., work until like 5, 6 p.m., come back, run studio until like 12.
Crap.
Yeah, it was intense.
It sounds super intense,
It was intense.
So where did that studio come to an end?
So that studio location, we were there for 5 years, I believe.
Yep. Sorry, before we actually get into that,
Yeah.
Was it just you as the engineer at that point still?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, it was. I explored. There was a point in time where I did explore hiring somebody.
Yeah.
And the reason for that was because of my job.
The job, yeah, for sure.
So I wanted to take some pressure off. So I had hired somebody at that time. It was brief.
Yeah.
Didn't really last long. But mainly it was me.
Gotcha.
Running it. Yeah.
And then you were just running, working,
Pretty
both
much.
jobs.
Yeah.
And then at what point did you have to leave that studio?
So this incident happened at that studio. The place got raided.
Fuck.
Yeah. It's a long story.
Yeah, we won't get into it too much because
yeah. The place got raided.
Yeah.
And I got a notice the next day that I had to get out of there.
Oh, from the landlord. Or
Landlord,
whoever,
building management. Yeah. And that was a really bad situation because my landlord was a complete dickhead.
Yeah.
He threw out all my shit.
Oh.
Yeah, like threw out everything, dude. Like everything I ever owned. Because remember, I lived there, right?
Yeah.
It wasn't just me. It was actually my fiance right now, who I'm with. She
lived there as well.
Was living there with me.
Yeah.
Not the whole time, but
parts of it.
Yeah, parts of it. Threw out all our shit. It was her shit too.
Crazy.
Yeah, except for the studio stuff, thankfully, because when I had found out that I was getting kicked out, I immediately found another location.
Okay.
So I had moved all my studio equipment
right away.
Yeah, it's just all my living stuff, like clothes,
personal
jewelry,
belongings.
Everything was still there. So
And
all
he just
that,
tossed it.
Yeah, he threw it out.
People suck.
Yeah, he's a piece of shit.
It's not like you weren't going through enough already.
Yeah, exactly.
Hey, you got raided. Okay, let's throw out all your stuff on top of it. Like, what the fuck, dude?
Absolutely ridiculous. The worst part about it is
Not to laugh, but fuck.
The worst part about it is, bro, he had a freaking massive warehouse downstairs.
Yeah.
Where he could have just put my
the
shit.
stuff.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Yeah, and don't forget, this is somebody where I've never missed a rent payment for 5 years. Never gave any issues.
Yeah.
Like I was a solid tenant.
Yeah.
You know?
He just fucking took the opportunity to get you out of there for some reason.
Old school, you know?
Yeah.
He's probably like just heard that the cops raided the studio and he was like, I want nothing to do with this.
Yeah.
Didn't even want to question what happened.
Not even have a conversation.
Whose fault? You know what I mean? Yeah.
Dead.
Yeah.
Fuck. I mean, it is what it is. So luckily you were able to get the next location, which I believe is where you are now still.
No, so
there's that one in between.
Yeah, there was one in between. So from there, I went to I was underneath a barbershop.
Okay.
It was very brief. It was just something I had to find quick.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then I was only there for maybe less than a year.
Okay.
But like my situation was messed up because like I'm dealing with this situation where my business is shut down.
Yeah.
Running thin of money because I had to hire a lawyer at the time to battle whatever it was I was dealing with.
Yeah.
So I was strapped for cash at that time, dude. It was bad.
For sure.
It was really bad.
For sure. That's a big blow too, especially, 5 years into your business. Yeah. You put all your savings into this and literally lived in your business for 5 years, bro. Like,
it's insane.
And then to take a hit like that, how did you keep going?
It's having only me to rely on.
Yeah.
Like I obviously could have, called my parents and asked for help.
If you needed to. Yeah. But that's not who you are.
No, that wasn't that was like the absolute last resort, Yeah. So I didn't even look at it like it was an option,
Yeah.
So yeah, I just that's what kept me going.
Just
man.
had to push through. Had no choice.
I had no choice. Yeah, I had no choice. It's crazy. It's like if this fails and I'm not able to reboot my business, I'm back to driving trucks, and didn't want to do that.
Yeah, I mean, good thing you were able to push through it, and fight those rough times. I mean, I'm sure it was a rough couple of years, hopefully brief, but
it was about a year of like
bounce back,
pure fuckery.
Yeah. And then from the barbershop location, you moved into 60 Marycroft, where you're at now.
That's the current main location now.
Yeah. Shout out, go check them out, hit them up.
60 Marycroft Avenue.
That's it. That's where it all happens. Make the magic happen, man.
Yes,
so you opened that up 2020, I believe you said, right?
Yeah, 2020 is when we opened up that location, and it's been good. I mean, we went through that shitty period of COVID.
Of course.
Yeah, shut
Nothing
down.
you can do about that.
Yeah, shut down your business, non-essential.
I was gonna say, so you weren't even able to do anything. Yeah,
legally.
No, exactly.
In my head, I'm like, dude, music is essential, man. Motherfuckers need to listen to music, bro.
Listen, I was still growing weed, so that shit's essential as well.
Yeah. No, I listen. It was either follow these ridiculous, absurd rules and lose everything, or bend the rules and keep what I've built my whole life, right?
Do what you had to do, bro. In the end of the day, like, I'm sure you followed them to the best of your ability without going broke.
Basically. Obviously, we followed like the basic, like, wear a mask, like stuff like that. Of course, we followed all that, of course.
Yeah.
But like, there was no way I could shut down. Yeah. If I shut down, and I would have lost everything.
Yeah. But I even remember you were disinfecting everything back then. Everything. I remember coming by one of those days, and it was. You did what you had to do, man. Yeah, and a lot of people had to do that. And, COVID was a fucking crazy time.
It was.
It was. Crazy. But fuck, I mean, at least you made it through that as well. Another fucking big hit, small businesses. But here you are today. So.
Yes, sir.
So 2020 you opened. At what point did you make the decision, like, now I gotta train some engineers. I gotta, take some of the pressure off of your back, make it less of a job and more of your business.
Yeah. So that being able to be in a position where I was able to employ somebody has by far been my greatest achievement, in my opinion.
Absolutely.
Like, to be able to put money in someone else's pocket, give someone an opportunity is something that I'm like just amazed that I was able to accomplish.
100%.
The success of the business is wonderful, but the best part about it is being able to provide opportunity to people that essentially were in my position at one point,
Absolutely.
Like, at one point it was my dream to be able to work in a studio. Like, you know, I explored it.
Yeah.
I tried, working at a studio
Somebody
before.
else. Yeah.
Yeah, it was terrible. It was terrible. They really treat you like a bitch, man. They like if you get a job at a studio,
Like you're talking like a bigger studio.
or I guess you could say a bigger studio. Because that's all I really have experience in trying to work at. You're like the coffee boy, you know?
Yeah.
Like go get
a lot of that old school.
Yeah, get us coffees, you know, pick up the trash.
Yeah. I don't like that.
Yeah, dude, I'm not here. Like, I get it. You know, there's like hierarchy
Yeah.
and whatnot, but
That's old rhetoric, bro.
yeah,
Doesn't work.
No, I don't operate like that. All my engineers, they know, and they would agree with me with this is when I hire you, you're in that chair.
Yeah.
Like, you know, you're not here to clean up garbage or do coffee runs.
Yeah.
Like, you're here to freaking learn. And you're going on that chair, and that's it.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. But that must have been cool. Like you said, you know, you get to put money in someone's pocket, as well as, like, bro, you get to teach somebody something that you love. Like, that
100%.
must have been fun in its own regard, you know?
For sure.
You get to go through all that stuff that you learned on yourself. Give these guys the shortcuts. That's like, oh, you're struggling with this, or this is happening. Like, look at this. And your years of experience really shine through in that, I'd think.
Yeah, oh yeah, for sure, man. Like a lot like all my engineers are solid, you know? Like I don't know if it's just out of luck or what, but all of them are really, really solid, really reliable, loyal, you know what I mean? But that goes, I believe that it's like that because of the dynamic of the relationship. Like, I don't treat people that work under me like they're under me. Yeah. You know what I'm trying to say?
I completely understand what you're saying. You know, you're part of the team, you're part of the family, and without either of you, it's more stressful. So why not take care of each other? You know, like, it just 100%. Makes sense to me, at least. It sounds like to you.
Yeah, no, 100%. Yeah. I just don't believe in like talking down to people. You know what I mean? Like, or just. I just don't believe. I believe in like enforcing a positive environment. You know what I mean? Like making your workers feel like you want them to succeed. You know what I mean? Yeah. That, you know what I mean? Like all my engineers, I try to instill in them like the knowledge that they're gonna need to maybe one day get to where I am. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want them to stay stagnant.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
100%. And that goes to show, you know, if you can figure out what somebody wants from life and help them get there, you're going to have somebody that's loyal to you for the rest of your life, in my 100%. Opinion. Like, that, there's no reason not to be, you know? Like, you're putting these people in a position to do what they want. Yeah. It's awesome.
100%. Yeah.
So in the new studio, what are some of like the big projects that you've worked on? What are some things that you want to mention, shout out, anything like that?
Yeah, so one of the biggest records that we did, it's a Toronto classic, Priceless by Robin Banks and FB.
Yes, sir.
So yeah, we did that. I recorded, mixed and mastered that. Nice. There's a few other songs that we've done, a couple Smoke Dog songs, you know, stuff like that. Yeah.
Nice, man. What was it like working with, you know, those artists in their? I mean, Robin Banks, I think it was in his prime probably at that time.
Yeah, he was. It was great, man. Robin is a wonderful artist. Yeah. He's extremely talented. And another thing that's really cool about him is that he's very humble in the sense of like when we were in the studio, whenever he was in the studio, sometimes there would be artists that are just starting out, you know, and he would be the one, you know, there helping them, like, oh shit, yeah, fix bars or maybe giving them bars, you know, stuff like that. It was a cool experience.
Yeah, that's good to know. You know, you never know with people in those levels how they act with other people, so it's cool to see that and know that, you know, behind the scenes.
Yeah, for sure.
Just people too.
100%.
Most of the time.
Not all people are humble like that.
That's what I mean. Most of the time.
Yeah, most of the time.
I would hope.
Yeah, for sure.
Have you ever thought of going in another or expanding in the direction of like, you know, signing an artist or like the label side kind of thing?
Yeah, I've explored it. I had an artist at one point that I was managing. His name was Eamon.
Okay, yeah, I saw you post his stuff a while back.
Yeah. Very, very, very talented guy. It was good while it lasted. There was a lot of complications with the label and just, you know, certain stuff. It didn't work out for those reasons.
Yeah.
But in terms of like I've thought about it. It's just tough, man. It's a whole nother aspect of the industry that you got to be like really willing to put your all into, you know?
Yeah.
Like building an artist is such a intense process.
Yeah. And it doesn't always work.
No, it doesn't. It's like a lottery ticket.
Yeah.
That's the way I look at it, right?
Absolutely.
And the problem is a lot of the times you invest all this time and all this money, and you're lucky if you come across an artist that truly appreciates that, right?
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah, and what ends up happening sometimes is they get locked up, they go to jail. You know what I mean? And then where's all this time? Yeah, right. It's risky.
Yeah,
right?
it's a big risk. It's why you see the labels with these 360 deals. It's because they're taking a risk on the artist. I'm not saying they're the right deals to take, but it's why they put so much protection between themselves and the artist. You know what I mean? Because it's a big risk, man.
It is.
It's a 1 in a million, just like superstar fucking athletes.
Yeah. 100%.
Let's get into the cannabis side of things a little bit. I'm going to roll one up myself here. I've got some bud here. I've got some Georgia pie and greasy runts there in the jar you have. I rolled one up there as well. If you want to light it up later, you can.
I'll probably light it with you, buddy.
Sounds good. I just got to roll one for myself still, but we'll start.
I'll wait for you.
But we'll start getting into, in your opinion, how connected do you think cannabis and the music industry are?
I think it's really, really connected. In my opinion, cannabis has a huge influence on the creation of music.
Yeah.
I think that a lot of artists are able to just access a different level of their artistry.
Okay.
When they're smoking.
Yeah.
It's a huge thing, like in the studio environment too, you know. I find that a lot of my clients, like, they love the fact of like being able to smoke like while they're in the booth.
Yeah.
Because a lot of the times it's like guys don't come in with stuff like that's already written. They're doing it. Yeah, they're doing it like on the spot.
They're coming in having a sesh.
Yeah, like they're in the booth, like literally coming up with bar by bar. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Smoking their joint as they're creating this music, and I just find that it just comes out so much more like organic and just it's a huge connection.
Yeah.
Huge connection.
Yeah. You mentioned there a little bit, you know, obviously a lot of your clients enjoy being able to smoke at the studio.
Yeah.
Like how important is that for your business?
Oh, it's huge, man.
Yeah.
It's huge. Yeah. It's like being able to go to a bar and not being able to drink.
Yeah. So it is that crucial with your clients that, like, you know, they use that for their creation, and you know, without it it's hurts your business.
Essentially, yeah. Like you could, you know, raise the question of, well, why don't they just go outside and smoke? Well, it just kills the vibe, right? Like
100%, especially if you're talking the colder months.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, 100%.
Literally, we live in Canada, man. It's not nice.
No, it's not. So no, it's when you're able to smoke while you're making your music, while you're hearing the music and the beats and whatever, and you're either writing or you're doing it on the spot, it makes a huge difference on your creativity.
I think they could connect more with it, you know. Like you said, you got to go away and smoke. Now it feels like the whole vibes change, the whole mind space. What was I even thinking of before? But if I can just light up and create, you know, it's a way better experience in my mind. I'm just going to light this up real quick. So, I mean, obviously you're lighting up right now, but what type of relationship do you personally have with cannabis now?
I used to smoke a lot more when I was younger.
Yeah.
Now it's like more periodic.
Okay.
Like I'll smoke from time to time. Sometimes I still make music myself, like just as a hobby, you know. And
It's awesome to hear. Bro.
yeah, I'll do it sometimes. Like the same way like people go play golf on a weekend, you know. Like that's how I treat it.
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
I just,
like
yeah.
a hobby, bro.
Yeah,
You gotta enjoy it, but that makes it that much more fun, I think.
100%. Yeah, I don't release.
You get to play with it.
Yeah, exactly. I don't release like anything that I do.
Yeah.
But I just basically do it for myself.
Yeah,
And it's sick. It's a good time.
That's awesome. So you'll burn sometimes when you're doing that. Same thing will put you in that artistic mindset.
100%.
Yeah.
100%.
When was the first time that you smoked?
Oh shit. First time I smoked was back in high school.
Yes.
That was a bad experience, bro.
Yeah?
I didn't have a good experience.
Oh
no.
shit.
It was bad. I took a few tokes of a spliff.
Yeah.
I fucking started coughing like crazy. And I got so freaking ripped, bro. Yeah. It was bad. It was bad. Dude, it was so bad to the point where I was like on the ground, like calling people from my phone, like to help me.
Holy fuck. Oh fuck, that's hilarious, bro. I mean, horrible. What dickhead friends, but that's amazing.
I'm like, should I call 911? I feel like I'm gonna die.
Oh my god, fuck.
Yeah,
that is
and
not,
then
not how you're supposed to do.
Yeah. And I had some prayers with God at that time. I was like, please just get me out of this high and I'll never do it again.
Yeah, you lied.
Yeah, I did, man. And I had the same experience again.
Oh, really? Your second time?
Yeah, it was like, I don't know, man. The weed back then was fucked.
It just didn't work for you.
No, it was strong.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
that's crazy because cannabis is obviously stronger now than back then. But I guess you must have had the plug.
I wasn't one grabbing it, but
yeah. That guy must have you must have had some good weed back then. Probably some medical or something if it got you that far.
It was bad. But now I'm at a point where I more tend to smoke CBD.
Okay. Yeah. So you're getting a lot of the medicinal effects of that. You know, I don't smoke CBD a lot myself, but I want to get more into it.
It's relaxing, bro.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't get head high, you know. You just get.
How's the flavor? Because I really enjoy the terpenes on my cannabis, and I don't want to miss out on that.
For me,
yeah.
It's okay.
Yeah.
But for
if you were to compare it to
you it's obviously THC, you know, is way it lacks that and it's way different.
Yeah. So I think I gotta find one that has a good balance of both, so I can still get that flavor but get that CBD effect as well. You know, so when you are consuming now, what's your go-to way to consume?
Smoking.
Like joints.
Yeah.
Joints.
Smoking.
Yeah.
Edibles, not for me.
No
It takes me back to high school, bro.
No bongs?
I used to.
Yeah?
Yeah, like Breaking Bad. I was high as shit that whole show. We watched that. I watched
just
that. Just
ripping the bong?
Oh, fuck. 2 weeks, bro. It took me to watch that show. It was me and my boy. Yeah, we just bong after bong and
binged it.
Oh yeah, that was a good experience.
Yeah, that. It sounds like a great time, bro. It sounds like that's the stuff I miss about the first couple times, you know, getting stoned with your boys. It was always like there was an excursion or an event. Like there was a goal to it rather than like now, you know, I smoke for my medical use and I smoke all the time, but like it's way better when it's like, yo, let's smoke a joint and walk here 100%. And go do this or watch this series. Like
a lot of the times it makes everything better.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I agree. I absolutely agree. Especially when you find a strain or a percentage or a dosage that works for you and you're not getting too fucked up, getting paranoid or any of that, you know, get the true benefits from it.
For sure.
It can be super beneficial to most experiences in my life.
Yeah, 100%.
So what do you have coming up next for Envee Productionz? And what are you currently working on as well?
So as of now, we just recently expanded.
Okay.
We got a partnership with another studio now.
Oh, dope.
And basically the reason why I did that is because sometimes we're overbooked, right? And
That's a good sign.
yeah, it's like, okay, how am I going to fit in all these artists, right? I hate the one thing I hate is turning away business.
Yeah, I mean, fair.
Yeah, like you know what I mean? Like
Absolutely.
yeah, and when Friday, Saturday hits, it's like your schedule can get ramped
Crazy. Yeah.
in no time,
Well,
right?
everyone wants to book those days.
Yeah, and it's not hard for it to get completely destroyed, yeah, because you get one artist that wants 5 hours.
I was just going to say, what is
Yeah.
your average session with these guys?
Average session, I would say, is 2 to 4 hours.
Okay.
But sometimes you get people that want 5, 6.
6, yeah. They
And
make
if
it a night.
Yeah. So if you're starting at 5 o'clock and somebody books 6 hours, right? Okay, you're done at 11.
Yeah.
And then let's say somebody else wants to book 3 hours. It's like, okay, now you're finishing at 2. Who's going to book at 2, right?
Yeah.
So you're only really able to accommodate two artists. Yeah. So, you got 6 people hitting you up. It's like, holy shit,
Yeah.
So I made I had a great opportunity with this guy that I really I know really well, and he's part owner of a studio. I basically partnered with them, and now I just use that space whenever I'm fully booked at my location.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, and just take artists over there. It's great because I didn't have to like invest,
Put a bunch of money out.
like open up a whole nother studio.
100%. And now you can fucking put more money in, like you said, put more money in your employees' pockets.
Exactly.
So like
yeah.
it's just expanding,
Yeah.
like you said, you're leaving money on the table technically. Not that it's all about the money, but
Yeah.
it's about your family, which is your company and your employees.
Exactly.
And obviously your family, your actual family.
100%. Yeah, exactly. 100%.
So anything else that's coming up?
Yeah, I mean that's pretty much it. We're also working on music videos. We want to touch that avenue too.
Yeah.
Looking to partner with videographers right now, take them on board on the team so we can I'd like to essentially make it a whole house project at some point.
Exactly. Offer all the services.
Yeah, exactly.
That's awesome. I mean, I look forward to that because I mean everything you're putting out is quality already. So we can only imagine where that'll go.
Yeah, 100%. 100%.
Is there anyone that you want to give a shout out to?
Honestly, shout out to all the artists, everybody that constantly, supports our business, that, trusts us and continuously, comes and gives us business, Yeah, it's a great thing, right? There's so many options these days, like for studios. So the fact that we have a loyal customer base, I appreciate that a lot, bro.
Absolutely, bro. Big ups to all the artists that are supporting.
Yes, sir.
And mad love. And thank you for coming out, bro. I mean, it was a great time. I've learned a lot. It's been a vibe, and
Yes, sir.
Yeah, thanks for doing this for us, man.
Thank you for having me, man. It's been a great time. Shout out High Passion. It's
sir.
You guys got a great thing going on here, man, and I support it a lot.
Thank you. I wish you all the best, brother.
Thank you, bro.
To everyone watching, if you enjoy what we're doing, make sure to like, follow, and share on YouTube at High Passion Pod and on Instagram and Spotify at High Passion Podcast. If you want to keep up with our guest today, make sure to drop him a follow on Instagram at Envee Productionz with a Z. I want to give a huge shout out to Sean Sweeney at SeanCS10 for everything you do for the podcast and making this all happen. And to all our viewers, I hope you tune in next time. And until then, stay positive, stay passionate, and happy holidays.